every believer, every potential ascendant, metahuman ascendant to the new earth on this planet currently is facing a multi-dimensional battle against sin. Now, dear esteemed viewer, it is very important. It is vitally important that as we communicate, that as you communicate, and we use this somewhat imperfect modality of communication, verbal communication with words, that we understand, fully understand all nuances of a word. And in this instant, the word sin has many different meanings for people. And perhaps the most prevalent meaning is this type of error, or you've created a grave mistake, sin. And in a sense, that is true. But the actual meaning of the word sin means to miss the mark, in the sense that you have a goal, that you have set a goal for yourself, and you have not been able to realize that goal through many different experiences, which can be sin. But that means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But if we understand that sin is anything that gets in your walk towards perfection, that sin is anything that gets in your way of your path towards embodying the Christ consciousness, of assimilating Christ consciousness within your life, and thus realizing heaven upon earth. Now, it has been this way. It's been this way down through history. And I think that because right now that we are in the end times, the battle has gotten much more intense. Because Satan, the adversary, here's another instance where we must understand all nuances of a word. Satan is a Hebrew word that means adversary, knows his time is short. And let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast. You must not only be able to identify the three battle zones that your struggle takes place in, that your fight towards the walk, towards perfection, towards embodying Christ consciousness. There are three zones, three battle zones. And yes, you must take refuge in the Dharma and put on the supreme and powerful armor of God. Now, if you look at the Bible as a strategy book, much the same way as Sun Tzu's The Art of War, but the Bible, if you understand it from a non-sectarian, non-denominational, non-organized religion standpoint, is a powerful book of magic, of divine will, of realizing divine will to change, to make reality change in accordance with divine will. And the three battle zones can be understood as the world, this third dimensional harmonic universe number one, 3D world, the flesh, your genetic vehicle, and the devil, the adversary, Satan, ha-Satan. And I want you to be able to defeat Satan. I want you to be able to defeat the adversary, overcome the world, and crucify the flesh, master the flesh, so that you will not be ashamed to stand before Christ when he comes. When the Christ comes, when the great solar flash takes place and the Kundalini power rises through you, you will be faced with all of your past, all things that have gotten in the way towards your walk towards perfection, all sins, all of your sins. You will be faced with them, and there will be a reckoning. Anubis, fleet commander Anubis, will bring forth the great cosmic scale, and you will be weighed, your heart weighed against Mot, the feather of truth, and there will be a reconciliation. And then at that point, you will have made your choice which path you will take. And as a result of that choice, you will either stay with the new earth and the lower density energies that the Illuminati controls, the lower three chakras. The Illuminati, the deep state cabal has totally made a war upon those still trapped within the lower three chakras. But if you make the choice to ascend to the new earth, you will rise through your heart chakra into the higher chakras and connect through your crown chakra to the galactic chakra, and thus to an intelligent infinity. And thus you will have set your feet upon the path to the new earth golden age timeline. But I'm here to tell you that Satan is roaring like a lion and seeking to keep people in an adversarial state of mind. And Now, I posted a video on the same video, last video I posted here on YouTube, I posted on BitChute, and immediately I've had a swarm of negativity come to accuse, you know, and that is what the lower energies are doing right now. They're running around like with their head like chickens with their head cut off, because the Galactic Alliance has taken away all of the higher level dark lords, the reptilian brotherhood, the brotherhood of the snake, the brotherhood of the serpent that has ran this planet for so long. But now all these humans they don't have an energy source like they had at one point. And they are seeking to get their energy in any way they can by being adversarial. Now, I want to say this, though. Ultimately, it is part of my own ascension, it has been part of my own ascension to free myself from the terminology of organized religion, of Satan, God, and all this, and understand it from a more enlightened perspective as energy. But I will tell you this about the reality of Satan, about the reality of the adversary. There are many people out there, just as there are Christians who fully believe in the second coming of Jesus in the clouds and all of that typical biblical narrative that is leading the old world to Revelations, what Revelations has talked about through confrontation, through global confrontation, global war, World War III, nuclear confrontation. That path is a self-fulfilling prophecy that has been set out by the deep state, dark cabal, the Illuminati, to create this end times narrative for them to achieve world dominance and bring in their Luciferian overlord. Now, I'm telling you, though, the reality is equally valid for the Satanist, for those dark ones who want to maintain control through the lower energy chakras vortices, the lower three energy centers. And I'm telling you, in their minds, their Satan, their master, is very real. And so, and you will see that they have powers. There are telepathic powers. There are certain, I don't want to call them gifts, but maybe the Hindu word siddhis as powers, S-I-D-D-H-I, siddhis, powers. They do have some of that. But what is even more great power is the grace of God, the grace of the refuge of the Dharma, the grace of your mystical powers, as told us by King Solomon of old, and all the wise, all the prophets, and the grace of God that you take refuge in. It defeats the enemy, it defeats the accuser, and maintains your calmness of mind, your peace of mind, your stability in Yeshua's 5D pyramid of light and the cosmic empire of light. And that is our destiny as we maintain our balance, maintain our calmness, and let the tongue of the accuser come as they may. And I said, be flattered in the sense that you have been chosen, you have been singled out as an obstacle to the enemy's plan. You as a metahuman, as an ascendant metahuman, fully in possession of your divine powers, are a threat to the old order. And they're going to do all they can to get you in some sort of turmoil or fear or adversarial quality or lack thereof of mind, of spirit. But when you are firmly anchored in your Dharma and your heart chakra, and you are full communication through your higher chakras to intelligent infinity, to source, you are part of the divine plan, and they cannot stop the divine plan. There is no stopping the divine plan. If you agree, hit the subscribe button, and please leave this video a thumbs up as we all march towards the Satyuga, the golden age of the new earth. And so mote it be. Namaste, namaskaram. Get thee behind me, Satan. Get thee behind me.